This is offered by Numerly, and this is Aadhav JaiMurugesh. So, first, I'm just gonna talk about a little bit about like how the class is gonna be structured. The people like who didn't attend the first class, which was the orientation. So, how the class is gonna be really structured is the first 15 minutes is going to be just an overview and just to say a few things, and it's just gonna be like a review class or a review session of like what we learned in last class. And since last class we just had like a kind of an orientation, we're not gonna have that period today. So yeah, from next class we'll have kind of like a review session of like all the matrix that we did learn on last week's class. So then the second 15 to 20 minutes is going to be actual teaching time. And at this time I'm going to teach you guys that week's math, the two of matrix that we have to learn for that day. And yeah, this time is the time where you guys have to pay utmost attention, because this is going to be the actual teaching time. And yeah, I mean, I would suggest you guys please pay attention for the whole class, not just that time. But if you cannot do so, then please pay attention on the second half. And the third half is just going to be practice. So I'm going to give you guys a few math problems to do, and yeah, you can. And I'm also going to give you guys time, and you can do it on your own. And yeah, I'm going to wait for everyone to finish. And after they finish, I'm going to like really tell them how to do it, and yeah, just like explain how to do it and if they did it correctly or not. So yeah, that's basically how the classes are going to be structured. I mean, if you guys did not attend the if you guys did not attend the orientation, which was our first class, I did post the PowerPoint that, or the Google Slides that I presented on the first class. So it should be on the announcements on your Discord server. So please go there and check it out. That it has all the rules, and like the rules of Numerly, and what we do as an organization, who I am, to know to like really understand who your instructor is. And it also has our social media accounts, our YouTube account, and everything like that. And yeah, the second thing I wanted to talk about in the beginning of class is the competition. Is the competition that we are going to we are going to be hosting, and towards the end of the end of the class. So basically how it's going to be structured is that it is basically going to be a math competition that everyone can enroll in. And what it is that like I'm gonna basically be testing you guys out on all the different math tricks that we learned in the duration of this all these sessions. So yeah, it's just gonna be like a kind of like a test on who can be the most accurate at solving all the questions, and who can be the fastest at solving all the questions. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. And the entry fee, well, we decided to have an entry fee, and this competition is kind of like a fundraiser, because like right now we yeah, it's kind of going to be just like a fundraiser. So the entry fee is going to be $5 to $10, but we haven't really made the competition yet. But it is going to be $5 to $10. And there is going to be for the people who get first, second, third, there are going to be prize money. So we're going to send it to you guys through Amazon gift cards, or yeah, what gift cards of your liking. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about in the beginning of the class. And yeah, I think now we can go to the actual teaching session of the class. Let me just
Does anybody have any questions about how the competition is going to work?
Yeah, anybody have any questions on how like the competition is going to be structured and anything else? I mean, we will give you more information about it in the upcoming sessions. But yeah, right now you just all you need to know is that we do have a competition. So it is very important that you guys do pay attention during class, and really like, and I recommend you guys to get a piece of paper or a notebook or something, and really like write down notes and stuff like that throughout classes, because I mean, this class is going to be extremely cumulative, and it's also going to be pretty new to most of you guys. So I would please recommend you guys please write it down, like take notes during class. And like for this class, once again, you do not need to download any software. You do not need to do anything. You just have to like listen and get the information. And if you want, you can always and you can take notes. And yeah, that's basically it. And now we're going to go into the actual teaching period of the class. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be writing it digitally through the software called Sit Board or something. Yeah, and yeah, that's basically how you're gonna see how the teaching's gonna be. And yeah, so let me just quickly present my screen. Yeah, hope you guys can see this my screen. So yeah, let's get started. So so how today's class is gonna be is I'm going to teach you guys about two math tricks. As I said in the introduction, each class is gonna be basically me teaching you guys two math tricks to it's basically gonna be how to solve math problems really quickly in an unconventional and really easy and fast way. And the reason why this was basically called competition math is that the two most important things for really scoring high on competitions on math competitions is that your answer has to be accurate, and you have to answer the question as quick as possible. And so this class is going to be touching on both the accuracy part and the time part of the thing. But yeah, today's class is just basically going to be how to solve or how to multiply 2-digit and 3-digit numbers in a really fast and easy way. And yeah, that's basically what today's class is gonna be. And yeah, so yeah, as I said, it's gonna be how to multiply digit oh sorry 2-digit numbers. So yeah, it's gonna be really this trick is gonna be an easy, fast method on how to really do it. So see, let's take an example of this problem. How do you multiply 25 times 63? And before everything, I apologize for my bad handwriting. I do have a horrible handwriting, and I'll try to do my best to write on my best handwriting. But yeah, please tell me if anything is illegible, and yeah, I will try to fix it. Thank you. So yeah, let's first go to this first problem. So how do you and normally how do you really multiply 25 times 63? So like what you taught in class is that basically all you have to do is you have to multiply 5 times 3, you have to put it here, and then you have to do 2 times 3, you have to put it here, you have to put a big 0 over here, and then you have to do 6 times 5 and 6 times 2, and then you have to add up all of this and you'll get a number. So that would be the answer to 25 times 63. But I'm going to teach you guys a really easy way to do this in a really fast, easy way. So to really make it easier for you guys, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be drawing these little circles over here. And so what these circles are that they're gonna be representing their respective numbers on the problem. So it's gonna be is this circle is gonna in this case this circle is gonna represent 3. This circle is gonna represent 5. This circle is gonna represent 6, and this circle is gonna represent 2. So yeah, each of these so like in order to for this trick to work, you have to do it in 3 steps. So let me just write it down. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. So yeah, like as I said, even in step 2, this number is going to represent 3, this number is going to represent 5, this number is going to represent 6, and this number is going to represent 2. So yeah, how this trick works is in order to multiply 2 numbers really fast, all you have to do is you have to do these in 3 steps. The first step is multiplying these 2 numbers in these places. So in this case, that would be multiplying 5 and 3. And yeah, I'll go over it more in detail later. But yeah. And the second step is going to be cross multiplying these two numbers and these two numbers. So in this case, what it's going to be is it's going to be multiplying 3 times 2. And what you do is after you multiply these two numbers, all you have to do is you have to add it to the product of these two numbers. So in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to multiply 3 times 5, and you're going to add it to 6 times 5, and that's going to be step 2. And step 3 is going to be the final step, and it's basically going to be just multiplying these two numbers. And in this case, that's going to be 6 times 2. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are pretty confused on how this trick is really going to work. And I'm going to be working it out in this problem. So yeah, how it's gonna work is first you have to multiply these two numbers, right? So yeah, what's 5 times 3? 5, 10, 15, right? That's 15. So what you have to do is you have to write the last digit over here, and since it's 15, all you have to do is you have to write 1 over here, so that it can be like a little tiny one. We're not really gonna really use it for anything. It's just gonna be there for like kind of like a placeholder. So the next thing we're going to do is we're gonna do step 2, which is gonna be multiplying 3 times 2, which is going to be 6, and we're going to add it to 5 times 6, which is going to be 30. And when we add it, we get 36. And what we do after this is we add 36 to the 1 over here that we did, but that we got from multiplying 5 times 3. And yeah, if we add the 36 and 1, we get 37. And all you have to do is you have to write a 7 over here and a 3 over here. And the last step is step number 3, and that is to multiply these last two numbers, which in this case is going to be 6 and 2, and that is going to be it's going to be 12. And if we add 3 to it, that is going to, oh sorry, yeah, and that is going to be 15. So yeah, that's literally the trick though. The answer to the question on what is the product of 25 times 63 is basically just 1,575. See, if you want to like really check on a calculator, you can do it. And I mean, since this is like this is the first time I'm really showing this to you, it's gonna like I'm gonna like I did it really slowly, but like as you get more proficient at this trick, and as you work out more and more problems, you're gonna get really quick on doing this. And I mean, if you get really proficient, you can also do this on the back of your mind, so you can also do it mentally. And yeah, so the answer of 25 times 63 is 1,700 or 1,575. See, yeah, see, I think you guys now kind of understand how this trick works. Like, if you really look into it, the mechanics of this trick is really basically the same. I mean, first, like in a normal method, you do this, and then you do this, and then you add a 0 over here, and then you multiply 6 times 5, and then 6 times 2, and then like you do it and you add it, right? But the thing is, they're just simplifying. This trick is basically just simplifying what you would do when you're doing it normally, and just doing it in an easy, fast, and really simple way. And yeah, I think you guys will get more on how to really do this trick after we do more problems. So let's go to problem number 2. So problem number 2 is going to be, it is going to be 32 times 85. So yeah, in a normal way, you would just do 5 times 2, 5 times 3, and you would add a 0, and then you would do 8 times 2, 8 times 3, and then you would add it all. But there is no need for all those adding, all those placeholders for adding zeros. There's no such thing as that. All you have to do is you have to do 5 times 2, which is going to be 10. So all you have to do is you have to add 0 over here and a 1 over here. Then you multiply 5 times 3, which is going to be 15, and you add it to 8 times 5, which is going to be 16, which gives us 31. And if we add 31 to 1 over here, we get 32. So all we have to do is we have to add a 2 over here and a 3 over here. Then what we do is we multiply 8 times 3, which is going to be 24, and we add it to 3, which is going to be 27. So yeah, that's literally it. The answer to the problem, 32 times 83, is going to be 2,720. yeah, you can always check this true calculator. And the best thing about all these tricks, about this trick and the other tricks that I'm going to be showing you throughout this class, is that these tricks work 100%. Even though these tricks are kind of shortcuts on, like, oh, sorry. Even though these tricks are kind of shortcuts on how to do it in the real method, these tricks work 100%. So you can always believe these tricks, and you can even forget how you've done it before, and you can rely solely on this trick, and I'm guaranteeing you this will not let you down. And yeah, I hope you guys checked, and the answer should be 2720. Yeah, hope you guys are getting more and more proficient at how to really do these tricks. And now for our final practice trick. Now for the final trick that I'm gonna be showing you guys, it is gonna be a 45 times 56. 45 times 56. And yeah, in this, just in the same way, all you have to do is you have to do 5 times 6, which is gonna be 30. So we add 0 over here, and we add 3 over here. Then we do 6 times 4, which is gonna be 24, and we add 5 times, oh, sorry, yeah, 24, and we're gonna add 5 times 5, which is gonna be 25, and that gives us an answer of 49. And we add 49 to 3, which is gonna give us 52. So all we have to do is we have to add a 2 over here, and we put a little placeholder 5 over there. Then the last step of this trick, which is step number 3, is going to be multiplying 5 times 4, which is going to be 20, right? So yeah, and we add 5 to 20 over here, and we get a 25. So yeah, that's it. The answer to the problem, 45 times 56, is going to be 2,520. I just add this person over here. Yeah, the answer to 45 times 56 is going to be 2,520. Yeah, you can always go to like a calculator, and you can always, like, see if it's correct. But this trick, I promise you, is gonna give you a 100%, 100% success rate. So now that we learned how to multiply two-digit numbers, now we're going to talk about how to multiply three-digit numbers. I mean, honestly speaking, just clear all this. I mean, honestly speaking, though, multiplying two-digit numbers wasn't really a problem for me. I mean, I just did it in the normal method. But multiplying three-digit numbers is really a pain in the ass. It's just like, yeah, it's just you have to like add a zero. You have to do all the multiplying, and you have to add a zero, and you have to like do them all the multiplying again, and you have to add two zeros, and you have to do all the multiplying again. You have to add all of them to get an answer. But in this trick, it's going to be extremely easy. So yeah, let me just give you an example. Wait, let me just write how to multiply three-digit numbers. So yeah, let me just give you guys an example. So let's say you were in a math competition, and you were told to multiply 121 times 310. How would you do it? First, you would be just do it in normal method, and you know to get the answer, it will just take a really long time, right? But for this trick, it's gonna be really easy. The main thing about these tricks when you're learning them is to memorize the patterns. So let me just write the patterns for the three-digit number. So the patterns for this is going to be a little bit the pattern is going to be a little bit longer than the two-digit numbers, but this is always going to be easier than just doing it like you have been told in school. So yeah, they said yeah, I don't think I'll have time to like really draw circles, but yeah, this number is going to represent 0, this number is going to represent 1, and this number is going to represent 3, and yeah, the same. And yeah, in this, just like there were 3 steps to the trick that we learned to multiply two-digit numbers, there are going to be around 5 steps on multiplying three-digit numbers. So I'm just gonna circle this. So that's gonna be step 1, step 2, gonna be step 3, and this is gonna be step 4, and it's gonna be step 5. Right, this is gonna be step 5. So what you're gonna first do is first you're gonna multiply just like the one in the older one, or just like the one that the trick that you used to multiply two-digit numbers. First, you're gonna multiply these two numbers. Then what you're gonna do is these two steps are gonna be pretty similar to the one that you use for the two-digit numbers. So the second step is gonna be multiplying these two numbers and these two numbers. Yeah, like just as before, you multiply these two numbers and you add it to, or yeah, you multiply these two numbers and you add it to the product of these two numbers. Then the third step is going to be, this is kind of the hardest part of the of the trick, and I mean, at least for me, but it's going to be that you're going to multiply these two numbers and you're going to add them to the product of these two numbers, and you're going to add them to the product of these two numbers. Yeah, it gives you kind of a start pattern, but yeah, that's kind of an easy way to, like, really memorize the patterns of this trick. And that's going to be step 3. Step 4 of this trick is going to be multiplying these two numbers and adding it to the product of these two numbers. And yeah, just like the one we used for multiplying two-digit number, the last final step is going to be multiplying these two numbers. You guys, yeah, really trust me. Like, this seemed really complicated, and you can just, like, it seems that, like, oh, it's too complicated. I can just do it in like a normal way. But trust me, as you get more proficient at this, you're gonna really appreciate these tricks and really, like, really use more and more of these. I mean, when I first learned these tricks, I really thought like they were just a hassle, and like I just, like, in the beginning I just used the normal trick, or like the normal way of solving this. But like, after some time, I just, like, I mean, after getting into like high school and stuff, I just really needed some tricks to, like, make it faster, because I mean, when you guys go into AP subjects, and when you guys really go into SAT and stuff like that, time is really of the essence, and also is accuracy. So by using these tricks, not only do you increase your time, but you also have a chance of increasing your accuracy, since the steps that you use to really multiply these numbers is like really shortened. Because yeah, is a really shortened, because when you do it in a usual way, you kind of have to do like close to 7-8 steps, but in this you only have to do 5 steps. Like, since you decrease the amount of steps that you need to do, you really decrease the chances that you might make a silly mistake on one of the steps, and mess up the whole problem. So yeah, let's see how to do it. So first, it's just gonna be multiplying 0 times 1, and that is gonna be anything multiplied by 0, as you all know, is 0. I'm just gonna get over here. And the next step of this problem is multiplying 0 times 2 and 1 times 1. So 0 times 2 is just going to be 0. 1 times 1 is going to be 1. I'm gonna add a little 1 over here. Then this is the most complicated part. I mean, of the trick, according to me, is just, yeah, this part. I mean, and this yeah, the first example, I really wanted it to be like a simple one, so like a simple, really easy problem with like really low value numbers. So that's why I decided to use this one. But like, as you go through, it'll get harder and harder and harder progressively. So yeah, what you're gonna do is first you're gonna multiply 1 times 0, which is gonna just result in a 0. Then you're gonna multiply 2 times 1, which is gonna be 2. Then you're gonna multiply 3 times 1, which is gonna be 3, which is gonna give you a 5. So yeah, since there's no since on a two-digit number, all you need to do is you have to add a 5 over here. Then the last step is going to be doing 1 times 1, which is just going to be 1, and it's going to be, the next one is going to be multiplying 3 times 2, which is going to be 6, and the total is going to be 7. What you're going to do is you're going to add 7 over here. Then the last step of this problem is going to be doing 3 times 1, which is just going to be 3. So yeah, see how easy this is to like really multiply three numbers. So like really, the answer to the problem, what is 121 times 310, is just going to be 37,510. Yeah, you can always use a calculator to find out if you are correct, but as you get more proficient at it, you're really not gonna need a calculator to see if you are correct. Because like in the beginning, you're gonna kind of need a calculator because like you're gonna really have to like know if you're like if you did it correctly or not, and like fix any issue if you did it wrongly. But after you get proficient at it, after you keep practicing this for like a week, a month, or a year, you're gonna get really proficient at this, and you're gonna like do some back of your head. So like I mean, maybe if in the 300 numbers thing, if the numbers are as small as these numbers, you can maybe do it in your head also. Oh, that's a really yeah. That's I really like right now when I'm like practicing for the SAT and really yeah, doing the SAT and stuff. I really use these tricks, like these small little tricks that'll like really help me like increase in my time. So like I mean before well to tell more about like myself, I used to be like my accuracy was pretty good. I mean when I was like little, when I was in middle school, my accuracy was pretty good. But the only thing that was holding me down was time. Like I used to take way more time than like everyone else on doing doing math problems, simple math problems like multiplying and multiplying two-digit and three-digit numbers. And this really hindered me from really placing high on state level and national level and even district level competitions. But after I learned these little subtle tricks, it really made my time that I used to do these tricks or do these problems really go down, and that really helped me place on a national and a regional and state level. Yeah, sorry, I got a little deviated, but yeah, let's look at problem number two. Let's look at um no question number two. So we're gonna be multiplying 425 times 334. So we're gonna use the same method as we used before. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna multiply 5 times 4, which is gonna be 20. So you have to add a 0 over here and a 2 over here. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna multiply 4 times 2, which is gonna be 8, and you're gonna multiply 3 times 5, which is gonna be 15, and that's gonna result in an answer of 20. Oh, sorry, 2030. Sorry. 23, and 23 times 2 of course is 25, so I'm going to add a 5 over here and a 2 over here. See, now now we come to the most hardest part of that trick. We're going to add a 4 times 4, which is going to be 16, and we're going to add it to the product of 3 times 6, and yeah, I'm going to add it to the product of 5 times 3, which is going to be 15, and that's going to result in an answer of 37, and 37 times 2 of course is 39, so I'm going to add a 9 over here and a 3 over here. And step number 4 of this trick is going to be multiplying 4 times 3, which is going to be 12, 2 times 3, which is going to be also going to be 6, and the product is, or the addition is going to be 18, and 18 times 3 is going to be 21, so I'm going to add a 1 over here and a 2 over here. Then the last part is going to be 4 times 3, which is going to be 12, and I'm going to add it to 2, which is going to be 14. And that's it. The answer to 425 times 334 is going to be 141,950. See how easy that is? Oh, just add this person. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, the answer to that problem is going to be 141,950. See, this is basically a really easy way, and I hope you guys find this trick easy and really learn a lot from this trick. And yeah, you can always again go to the calculator and check when you're first doing this, but you don't have to do it all the time. Just when you're first doing this, just to make sure if you're doing the process and like everything correctly, just make sure to always check with a calculator. And yeah, I mean, after you get proficient at it, you really don't need to do that. I mean, you can be 100% sure that it is going to be the correct answer. So now we're gonna go to example number 3, and example number 3 is gonna be 114 times 950. So this is also gonna have a 0 over here. So yeah, let's just Yeah, the first step is going to be multiplying 0 times 4, which is going to be 0. And the second step is going to be multiplying 0 times 1, which is going to be 0. And multiplying 5 times 4, which is going to be 20. So all you have to do is you have to add a 0 over here and a 2 over here. Then the step number 3 is going to be multiplying 1 times 0, which is going to be 0. And plus 5 times 1, which is going to be 5, and that plus the product of 9 times 4, which is going to be oh, sorry, yeah, it's gonna be 9 times 4, which is gonna be 36, and that is going to give us an answer of 41. And all we have to do is we have to add 41 to 2, which is going to give us 34. And step 4 of this trick is going to be multiplying 5 times 1, which is just going to be 5, and multiplying 9 times 1, which is going to be 9, and that's going to give us a sum of 14. And 14 times 4, which is over here, is going to be 18. And what we're going to do is we're going to add 8 over here and a 1 over here. Then all we're gonna do is we're gonna multiply 9 times 1, which is gonna be 9, and plus this little tiny 1 over here, which is going to be 10. So that is the answer. The answer to the product of 101 or yeah 114 times 950 is going to be 108,300. See, yeah, that is going to be the answer, and yeah, that basically sums up our that basically sums up how to do how to multiply 2-digit numbers and 3-digit numbers in an easy, fun way, or easy, really fast way. And yeah, now that like we're done with really going over practice problems and stuff, now I'm gonna give you guys some problems, and I'm gonna give you guys time to do it on your own. So yeah, now I'm gonna kind of And yeah, I'm gonna write down this is the thing for 3-digit numbers, and yeah, I'm gonna draw the patterns for 2-digit numbers also over here for those of you who may have forgotten. Yeah, so the first step is just gonna be multiplying these two numbers. Second step is going to be multiplying these two numbers and adding it to the product of these two numbers. And third and final step is going to be multiplying these two numbers. So yeah, now that I'm gonna give you some practice problems on how to multiply 2-digit numbers. The first practice problem that you guys are gonna do on your own is 73 times 91. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys around 2-3 minutes on for doing this. And if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. I'm always ready to answer any of your questions. And yeah.
All of the answers are in the chat.
Oh, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think most of you guys got it correct, and yeah, the answer for that question is going to be 6,643. I'm just gonna quickly show you guys. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly show you guys how to do it, and yeah. So how you really do it is basically you just multiply 3 times 1, which is just gonna be 3, and you're gonna multiply 7 times 1, which is just gonna be 7, and you're gonna multiply 9 times 3, which is gonna be 27. That's gonna give you an answer of 34, and yeah, you have to do a 4 over here and add a 3 over here, and the last step is gonna be multiplying 9 times 7, which is gonna be 63, and just add 3 to it, and you're going to get an answer of 6,643. So yeah, good job everyone for all of those who got it right. And if you got it wrong, don't worry about it. You can always practice more and get these problems correct. So yeah, the next the problem that you're going to next problem you're going to do on your own is going to be 66 times 45. Yeah, I'm also going to give you guys time to work on it. And yeah, I'll also put your yeah, you can also put your answers on the chat. Yeah, and please guys don't use a calculator. Just like, I mean, please practice, because like all these tricks, they only like you can only get kind of better at them by practicing a lot and a lot. And yeah, please don't rush by using a calculator. Just take your time and do it slowly, and yeah, you can always get it. And yeah, I think most of you guys put the right answer. The answer is going to be 2,970. So how you really do it is, first you multiply 6 and 5, which is going to give you an answer of 30. So you have to add a 0 over here and a 3 over here. And yeah, the next step is just going to be the same. It's going to be multiplying 6 times 3, which is also going to be 30. And yeah, and honestly, I don't think you guys really need any practice on the two-digit numbers, so I'm gonna quickly go to practicing three-digit numbers, because we're kind of running low on time. So yeah. So the first practice problem that I'm gonna give you guys is going to be, it's just gonna be a very simple one. Oh, sorry, it's gonna be a very simple one. It's just gonna be 375 times 976. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more time so that you can really, work this thing out. Cause yeah.
What about the screen?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna admit like more people. That
Okay, thank you.
no problem.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah. So let me just admit these people. Yeah. I think hopefully most of you guys did it, and most of you guys got the answer of 366,000. Yeah, 366,000, and yeah, that's the answer. And if you got it wrong, then congratulations. If you got it or if you got it right, congratulations. If you got it wrong, then yeah, you can always get better from practicing. And yeah, I'm going to be giving you guys the next one, which is going to be yeah, the next practice problem is going to be 306 times 125. I'm also going to give you this time. And yeah, please try to work it out, and please put it on the chat. Um, yeah. Please mute yourself, and yeah, I'm gonna wait for more people to answer it in the chat. So yeah, okay, so now let's go over this. So yeah, how you really do this is the first step, as you can see over here, is just gonna be multiply 6 times 5. It's gonna be 30. So you add a 0 over here and a 3 over here. Then the second step is going to be multiplying 5 times 0, which is just gonna be 0, and 6 times 2, which is going to be 12. And yeah, adding 5 to it, it's gonna give a number of 15. So put a 5 over here and a 1 over here. Then the third step is going to be multiplying 5 times 3, which is going to be 15. And two, it's gonna be multiplying 2 times 0, which is just gonna be 0, and it's gonna be multiplying 6 times 1, which is gonna be 6. So the answer to that is gonna be 21. And after adding 21 to the 1 over here, you're gonna get an answer of 22. So add a 2 over here and a 2 over here. Then the last step is going to be multiplying 3 times 2, which is going to be 6, and multiplying 1 times 0, which is just gonna be 0. So 6 times 6 plus 1 is going to, or 6 plus 2, sorry, is going to be 8. And the last step is just going to be multiplying 3 times 1, which is all going to be 3. So yeah, the answer to the problem 306 times 125 is going to be 38,250. Yeah, hope you guys got this wrong, and we're going to be going to the last practice problem that we're going to be discussing in this class. Well, the last practice problem is going to be 382 times 251. I'm also going to give you guys time on this, and yeah, please put your answers on the chat. It does not. It's totally fine if it's wrong. I mean, you guys are just first learning this, and I mean, honestly, when I was learning this, I did make a lot of mistakes, and yeah, it's totally fine to make mistakes. Just learn from those mistakes, and you'll be totally
Hola,
um. Hopefully, you guys did this. I'm just gonna wait for more people to put in their answers. Okay, good, good, good. Yeah, pretty good. So, yeah, now let's talk about how to really solve this. So the first step is going to be multiplying 2 times 1, which is going to be 2. Then the second step is going to be multiplying 8 times 1, which is of course going to be 8. And it is the second step is going to be multiplying 5 times 2, which is going to be 10, which is going to give us an answer of 18. So you'd have to add an 8 over here and a 1 over here. Then the third step is going to be multiplying 3 times 1, which is going to be 3, and doing 8 times 5, which is going to be 40, and 2 times 2, which is going to be 4, which is going to give us an answer of 47, and adding 47 to 1 will give us 48. So add an 8 over here and a 4 over here. Then the fourth step is going to be multiplying 5 times 3, which is going to be 15, and multiplying 8 times 2, which is going to be 16. So 15 times 16 of course is going to be 31, and 31 times 4 is going to be 35. So add a 5 over here and a 3 over here. And lastly, what you have to do is multiply 3 times 2, which is going to be 6, and 7, and add 3 to that to give you a 9. So the final answer for the question, how to multiply 382 times 251, is of course gonna be 900 or 95,882. If you got this right, again, congratulations. If you got this wrong, then yeah, please practice more and more, and you will eventually get it. Yeah, hopefully this session was really helpful, and if you guys have any questions, please ask it, and sorry, please ask, and I will do my best to answer it as much as possible. And yeah, basically that's all the content I had for today's class. And just kind of a sneak peek for next class. Next class is going to be how to divide easier, and it's going to be multiplication also. I mean, the main reason I chose multiplication to teach in the beginning is that multiplication is one of the multiplication tricks are one of the easiest tricks that I mean you can learn for the first time. So after multiplication, we're slowly gonna move on to division, and we're gonna go on to addition, we're gonna go on to subtraction, then we're gonna go on to square roots, and how to square numbers, and we're also gonna go on to how to cube numbers, and how to get the square root cube root of those numbers. And we're also gonna and as I said in the orientation, in the last 3 to 4 class periods, we're also gonna go look at some algebra, and we're gonna look at some easy and intermediate algebra. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this class. The most important takeaway for today's class is just practice, 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 and yeah, just practice really just makes man really perfect. And yeah, please practice. And as I promised, I will be uploading a worksheet on how to multiply 2-digit numbers and how to multiply 3-digit numbers. And please go check it out. And I do recommend you guys do complete it, and take a picture of it, and you can post it on our Discord. And it can really help other people who really need help. Or yeah, you can just do that. Thank you so much for attending our class, guys. See you guys on I think on Saturday. Saturday, yeah, our next class period is going to be Saturday. And for those of you who are also going to be doing Python, our class is going to be tomorrow at the same time. And we will also give out more information about our competition. And yeah, right now we're planning on also having a competition for Python. We haven't really decided the logistics, and we haven't really decided of what the competition is going to be like, but just know that we are going to have a competition, and the first, second, third prizes are going to get gift cards. And yeah, the gift cards are at least going to be $40. So yeah, it's a really good deal. Yeah, hopefully you will enroll in it. And yeah, on top of really giving guys the extra help you need, it'll also really support a Numerly as an organization, so we can we're more motivated to do more and more and more projects just like this, just like competition math and Python. So yeah, thank you so much guys for attending today's class. I hope you guys got a little bit familiar on how to really use Google Meet and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, you can leave. Thank you guys, and see you in the next class. Bye.